Hey everyone, Caleb here with Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a video that I wanted to title Trust None, Trust Never, because I'm a bit of a cynic, and yes, I think I coined that phrase. I think it's a cool phrase, Trust None, Trust Never. That way you don't have anyone stab you in the back. But I decided against that because I decided that was too much of a negative Nancy sort of thing. So I decided to title this video, Don't Trust Sales Receipts / Others for when you're getting your books. So guys, what do I mean by that? I mean when you guys are looking for these books, a lot of the times you will find some books that have prior sales receipts in them. Even something as simple as this, or like someone who was selling it to you was like, oh, I'm selling it for $40, $50, or for something like that. Here's this one here. Let's see, does it say the price? So this one here, it says, here's a long written receipt, and it says right here, 145 buckaroonies for this book, Trails Plowed Under. Guys, you will see this in a lot of different places that you go. I find it's more common in the city than the country. Of course, I do see a lot of written receipts in the country, but I find the, I'm going to say sleazier ones. I'm not calling any names on anyone, but that's the word I'm going to call it right now. I find the sleazier sales receipts things that are like, oh, this book's worth $500. I find that normally happens in the city for me, or in wealthier areas where people either are getting taken advantage of or they are trying to take advantage of you. I have no idea. But with that said, though, guys, these two books, $145 according to the receipt and $45 according to the receipt for this one. Wow, that's amazing money. I'm going to be rich off of these. Wow, I only have to pay $1. I only have to pay $5. Wow, these are amazing. Neither of them were worth that at all. So, guys, this one right here, it said $45 on the receipt. Well, not the receipt. The little very official price tag. 45 buckaroonies on that. Why don't you guys guess what this book's actually worth? I mean, it's got some gilding on top. It's got some gilding on the cover. It's got a cool little castle on it. It's got to be worth millions. I'm selling it for $5. It hasn't sold yet. So it's probably not worth $5. Excuse me. Ugh. That's what you see with a lot of these books, guys, that will have these sales receipt things. Like, yeah, some of them are official. Some of them are very much correct. I am not saying that they are not always on board. I've seen quite a few that are right and do give you a good indication of what they're worth, but I've also seen quite a few that are not even ballpark. So this one, guys, as you guys saw on this little sales receipt thing, which goes over all the info of the book, I feel sorry for whoever wrote this, honestly, but it says right here, $145. It's worth $20. Imagine if you spent $145 for this, or imagine if you thought that it was worth $145, so you spent more thinking it was worth $145. A lot of people, guys, they deal with profit margins of 40% on their books. So 60% of $145, that's $60. So let's just say $70 just for easy math. That's more like 50%, whatever. But let's just say you spent something like $60 for this, $70 for this, and it's only worth $20. You lost a lot of money on this. For me, I only spent $1 for each of these books, so I'm still money positive. $5 is sort of pathetic for a book for me. Even $20 is sort of bad for me. But end of the day, I always trust none, trust never, as one example of what I like to do. Because end of the day, I've had enough people try to stab me in the back. I've had enough people try to connive me, that sort of thing. Lots of stuff like that. So guys, you don't want to just always trust everyone. You do have to be a bit of a cynic. Eventually you'll start following all the cynicism schools of thought. You'll become a stoic. You'll start reading Marcus Aurelius, all that sort of stuff. Eventually you'll go down that route. But if you guys are brand new to this business, you just have to know you can't trust everyone all the time. There are people out there who aren't great people who are going to try to steal from you. And in the case of some of these books, I wouldn't be surprised if someone might have paid $145 for it because they might have been taken advantage of, or maybe the book used to be worth that much. I don't know. But end of the day, guys, you can't always trust these to be the current day price, what you're going to sell them for, all that sort of stuff. You always want to pay a price that you know you'll be able to make money on. For me, I buy a book. In the case of 99% of books, I know that I can make a profit if I pay $1 for a book. I can sell a book for $5 plus shipping, and if I bought it for $1, I'm still money positive. I'm not making a lot of money, but I'm still money positive. That is something that I keep in mind for my business. It's like I don't like spending over $1 per book because, yeah, I might get a comp on a book that says it's worth 500, but then by the time I list it, I might see that there's 5 other sellers that I hadn't noticed on other sites that are selling it for $5, $10, $50, something like that, and I thought it was worth 500. That is not something that is too rare. That does happen quite often. So for that reason, I like to spend as low of a price as I can for a lot of the books. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. With that said, there are some other things I do want to share about these books. One such thing is a lot of people that do these receipts in each individual book, they'll actually get screenshots of eBay listings that they see, or whatever, A-Books or Etsy, whatever sorts of stuff like that. They will get these sorts of listings for all these other things, and they'll be like, hey, this person's selling it for $45. This is the lowest price I saw, so I want something comparable to $45. I find that those are a lot more apt to be accurate. Of course, it's not, again, it's not gospel, it's not guaranteed, but it can be a lot better to base things off of. Personally, I always verify what people say. There's an entire school of thought from the cryptocurrency people. Guys, I'm not a cryptocurrency person, but I do follow it because it is an area of interest for me, but I'm not invested in it. Not investment advice. Personally, I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but I will watch it. But there is an entire school of thought in that community called trust but verify, which means you can trust someone that this book right here is worth $145. You can trust them, but verify it. Like, there's nothing saying, oh, I think you're a scumbag, you're stealing from me. It's like, wow, $145, let me check that really quick. And if someone gets cagey and is like, oh, no, don't check it out, you're probably getting scammed at that point. But if they're like, oh, yeah, go ahead, then that means they're an honest person most likely, and it also means that you're able to actually get an accurate price. For me, if I looked that one up thinking it was $145 and found out it's only worth $20, I'd have a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I probably wouldn't buy it because I don't like selling books under $20. That one was a special case, as I've mentioned in other videos. The estate sale that came from, I didn't have Sell Connection, so I just bought all the things I thought were worth a good amount of money, or at least some money. But with that said, though, guys, that is something that you guys need to do. The sales receipts, the price comps that people pull, it's not gospel. It's not something you can trust without second guessing. It's something that you do need to trust but verify, or you could trust none, trust never, and just check everything on your own, that sort of thing. So I just want to go through this really quick. So the kinds of comps or price tags that I see on these things will be the screen print offs of like eBay, Etsy, all that sort of stuff. Printed receipts. I see quite a few books that have the printed receipts. I find the printed receipt ones and the eBay ones are some of the most accurate most of the time. There are some books, of course, that I've come across that have a sales receipt that says the person paid $70 and it's only worth $20, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, dude, that really hurts. That's a lot of money you lost there. And then, of course, I buy it for $1, so I mean, they lost even more money, but c'est la vie. And then written inserts or written receipts, that sort of stuff inside of the books. I find that when you have those in like more of a modern handwriting style, those can be the least accurate. If the paper looks like it's from like the 80s and newer, I find that those are the absolute least accurate ones. The prices can be anywhere under the sun for those years. Don't ask me why. I actually have zero idea. Like, I have some theories maybe, but no idea whatsoever on anything that's worth sharing. But yeah, the written receipt ones, those are probably the worst ones. As you guys saw, both those books both had the written receipt things, and neither of them were accurate whatsoever. So that is something that does happen quite a lot for me. So that is another thing that you guys will see quite a few times where it's not right at all. The next thing, I don't have any books. Do I? Yes. All right, so here's a random Star Wars book. So guys, as you can see, a lot of newer books, they'll have the barcodes, and then either on the barcode itself or right next to it, it'll say how much to sell it in the US for and how much in Canada for. That's something that you see quite often. These price tags, I find, are a little more apt to be at least sort of ballpark. A lot of times they are not even close, but it is a little bit more like a 30% of the time it's close, 70% of the time maybe not. That's my experience at least, or rough numbers I'm throwing off the top of my head. Of course, they say 85% or whatever of statistics are made up on the spot. That one was made up on the spot, based loosely on my experience. But that is something that I see as well. You guys can try to base prices off of those ISBN number, area, price tags, a lot of times they'll have them, so that is something you can do. I don't find it's the most accurate. Same thing with price tags from stores like Borders and whatnot. I see so many books from Borders that are like, nice, this book's worth $15, and I look it up and it's like worth $1. That's something you'll see a whole lot of the time as well. So those, again, they're not the most accurate things, but they can be ballpark sometimes. So at the end of the day though, guys, you are better off if you trust but verify, or better yet, trust none, trust never, as I said already. With that said though, guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that it helps you guys save a lot of money, because again, you don't want to get taken advantage of. You don't want to overpay for books, because if you overpay for books, if you do get taken advantage of, you are either losing money or you're not making as much money as you should. Because guys, this business is not a sit back, relax, and never work another day in your life. This is a hard work business. Moving all these books is hard work. A lot of people just throw books away because they're like, I'm not carrying around 500 pounds of books. That's not worth my time. I'm not listing 500 books. That's not worth my time. Because it is hard work. It's like digging a ditch. Like, yeah, you might find a gold nugget as you're digging your ditch, but most people aren't going to dig the ditch because it's like, that's hard work. And what was that line? Something looks like hard work, huh? Success looks like hard work. Yeah, that sort of stuff, guys. You can make a lot of money. You can have great success in the antique book business. You can have some really cool books that you guys buy and sell in this business. But at the end of the day, it is hard work. It's not guaranteed to make you money, especially if you are being a little careless or if you don't know everything. That's why I recommend checking out my whole channel. Honestly, guys, if you are trying to get into this business, I'd recommend checking out all the videos you can, because I do try to address every single question, all the different issues you might come up with. I do try to address all that stuff as much as I can, because I don't want you guys losing. End of the day, if you guys lose on your business, that's really sad. I personally think that your business is basically your life. Like, business is a part of you, all that sort of stuff. Your hobby, your side hustle, that sort of stuff, it's a part of you. So for me, thinking about people losing on that sort of stuff, it hurts, Dave. It really hurts. Sorry, I'm referencing Alvin and Chipmunks. You never know with me, you guys. I can reference whatever movie whenever. But if you guys are part of this, I do want to see you guys succeed. That's why I put all these things out for free on my channel. I do want you guys to have all the information you need to have this successful business, not only in antique books, but also in some newer books. I know I don't get into all the new book things, so if you guys do want to learn a lot about like how to sell newer books, I recommend the channel Back from Burnout. Mel from Australia, she is very good. She's got some great content. She does just an eBay business. But then the Used Book Guy, his channel is also amazing. So if you guys want to check that out, you can actually click down below here. You can click my channel name. That'll take you to the homepage. And then if you scroll down, you can actually see the channels that I recommend. Those are the two that I recommend probably the most if you guys want to sell newer books. Again, Mel, she does the eBay ones, and she does just eBay. And then the Used Book Guy, he actually does eBay and Amazon. So they both go over some really good content for that. If you guys do Amazon, a lot of people do that. So there are going to be there's going to be a lot of competition for all the other book scanners, that sort of stuff. But it is a very good business model. I personally stopped doing it because of the Amazon fees, but it's again, a very good business model. You can make some really good money with that. So with all that said and done though, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. If it was helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe thing. Be sure to hit the little like. Hitting like really does help. And be sure to check out one of my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.